laugh. You thought the boys couldn't get any more disturbing. In today's episode, they said, hold my beer, and they delivered not only the best episode this season, but one of the best episodes in the entire Boys franchise. Yeah, I promise you it's that good. I'm not exaggerating. If you thought the first 3 episodes were slow, it was really just to get to this point so every single key storyline fires on all cylinders. This right here is the Boys at its peak. I'm going to be recapping the entire episode and give you my honest spoiler-filled thoughts of the episode, so if you're not trying to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like, follow, but come back later because I need to hear your thoughts. We kick things off with Homelander's House of Horrors. As he faces his past and all the scientists who created him, he brings him a cake. But this shit ain't sweet. At least Homelander was nice enough to give him a sweet treat for the last time. Butcher over here struggling with a V worm inside of him. Hey, yo, we get a huge nuke dropped on us this episode that Huey's dad is gonna die, and his mom's gonna take him off life support. That fucking But Huey's got an idea. Get some V, save his dad. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Man the video game. Get a shot at the Gen V cast. Love to see them. Again, RIP Chance Perdomo. Apparently the public thinks they just disappeared when we all know they're trapped in Vought Tower. I'm hoping we see them this season. Then we learn that Sage has set up a live show for Firecracker to publicly scrutinize Starlight. Firecracker tells Sage that she thought she was uppity, but turns out she's one of the good ones. What do you mean by that? Firecracker for real. But it turns out this truth bomb with Firecracker on live TV was really just Kendrick Lamar's The Pop Out Tour show. Firecracker and Friends. I mean, she's really like Kendrick when you think about it. Her whole thing is saying that Starlight's organization is a bunch of pedos. She even has special guests like Kanye West, Starlight's old freaky ass pastor, and she even brings the Peak out to do a duet. We got musical numbers. She really is Kendrick. At least she thinks. But it turns out the boys are gonna go over there and do what they do best, blackmail Soups. Meanwhile, Homelander picks his first scientist to fucking murder. Turns out Frank over here would test to see if Homelander's skin was fireproof when he was a child. And then Homelander makes him get in the oven. This is literally a disciple of Adolf shit. I'm not gonna lie, when Frank said I was just doing my job, Frank tried saying I'm sorry, but Homelander hit him with the, why are you sorry? You were just doing your job. That's called motherfucking bar! And yeah, let's just say that Frank, he's cooked. Meanwhile, Huey sets up a meetup with A-Train for them to finally be even. He asks A-Train for some V so that Huey can save his dad. And he brings Kimiko along because she's muscle. But someone's got their eyes on them. But A-Train agrees. And Kimiko is rightfully pissed and tells Huey what he needs to hear. I don't think this is morally or ethically okay, but you do crazy shit to try to save the ones you love, to be honest. They get ambushed by Scarface. I love this note scene of Kimiko saying, you want to save your dad? We either fight or die. Get a cool little fight scene that I can't show because it's too bloody. But it ends with Kimiko in a crop top, and all I gotta say is thank you, God. But it turns out Kimiko kidnapped this poor girl back when she was working for those, you know, fucking terrorists and gave her that scar. You could just feel that hypocritical pain that Kimiko was feeling as her and Huey let her be. Cut back to Butcher and Mother's Milk. Actually get a pretty touching scene between Butcher and MM. Butcher tells MM that if he dies before he's able to save Ryan, Butcher asks MM if he can save Ryan and raise him because he's the best dad he knows. Oh my God. Which is when they run into Starlight and it turns out that she's a fucking pedo. She apparently has sexual relations with a 15-year-old kid and Butcher got a tweet ready to go. But she sends the tweet herself and says fuck around and find out. As she spins it in her favor and goes on live TV and admits that this was a challenge from God she was able to overcome. She is a fucking demon. But then hits that reverse Uno card on Starlight, reveals that Starlight blinded a poor mother of 3 when she was 13. Starlight kind of freaks out. Meanwhile, A-Train gets the V but runs into Ashley, who's like, what are you doing here? A-Train's like, what are you doing here? Turns out she took a shit in his toilet. Bro, their redemption arcs are gonna go crazy. I can't wait. I like this little visual we get of Homelander's growth throughout the year. He officially started going by the Homelander when he was 16. I mean, it goes to show you, they didn't treat him like a human. They treated him like a product. So you understand why the way he is, but he's still not justified. And this poor old man, turns out this old man caught Homelander when he was a kid and laughed at him. Well, guess what Homelander makes this poor old man do? He makes him play with his skin flute in front of all the other scientists, and he needs to finish. Look at my man's reaction up here. But of course, this is an old man. He got ED. Me personally, I would have been done in a couple seconds. I'm not gonna lie. But Homelander finishes for him. Hey, yo! Pause. Resume. But then we get another nuke drop. Turns out Starlight had an abortion. Firecracker revealed her medical records and then called her a baby killer. Yeah, Starlight's pull-up game was crazy. She said these hands are ready to eat for everyone. Anyone can get it. No words, only action with a straight right. Sage watching the home being like, how's that uppity for you? She my favorite character. Thankfully, MM stopped Starlight from killing her because she beats her to a fucking pulp on live TV, unfortunately. And yeah, it turns out social media was on that shit quick. Frenchie and MM almost get fucking killed by dollar store Reed Richards. But then it fades to black and he gets like exploded across the room. Did Victoria Newman help? Does Butcher have powers he's not telling us about? I'm really curious what happened here. Then another scientist, Barbara, pulls up and tries to reason with Homelander, but that doesn't go well. We get another bomb. Frenchie tells Colin that he's the one who killed his family. And then Sage makes the Peak give her a lobotomy. Face down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck. Crazy needle drop. Hugh and Starlight embrace over their abortion. Should have never been public. But let's just say shit's not looking good for Starlight in the public's eyes. A-Train gives Huey the V and they're good now. But Butcher was hiding in the shadows. And he's like, you don't want to do that. He tells Huey that he injected himself with that Perma V, but it just sped up the death process. I really like this scene because it's a good mirroring of that scene from the first season. It just shows how far both of them have fallen from that point. But Huey ends up doing the right thing and not giving his dad the V. It's like Spider-Man went, oh man, but somebody gave him V and he wakes up. I'm telling y'all, I do not trust his mom one bit. Let's just say that Homelander's House of Horrors ends in the most disgusting, distraught way possible, but him with a big ass smile on his face. Oh yeah, we cooking that, and I cannot wait for next week's episode. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, like and follow for more.